Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Nine-Tailed Fox here, reporting in with another Naruto commentary video. I'm joined by Uchiha for life over here. Say hello.
I didn't condone to this.
All right, so today we're going to be making a video. Going to go through the Katsuki tier list of Naruto dissection, mainly focusing on Naruto Shippuden. I think it's going to go well. So. I've been researching this for a while. I have my notes right here, and I really think we should start off with Konan. She's demonstrated some strengths throughout the anime. She actually did take on Obito in a 1v1. Actually managed to do pretty well, despite the fact that she did lose in the end to the Izanagi, which is understandable. It's one of the strongest jutsus in the series. But nonetheless, she did put up a good fight. However, I'd say her accomplishments are far less than any of the other Akatsuki members. That's really the only thing that's notable about her. She did help Pain, destroying the Leaf Village, various other tasks. She's definitely a strong shinobi, but just comparing her to the rest of the Akatsuki members, she just kind of gets outclassed, in my opinion. Not necessarily by strength, remember that, but by accomplishments. It's taking those into account very heavily here as well. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, me personally, I think you hate women.
Well, while it is true to some extent, women in the series definitely lack a bit of power. Tsunade definitely probably the weakest Hokage out of the bunch. I'm not gonna say don't appreciate women, but whoa. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. Nothing in there.
All right, next, let me take a look at my notes here. Next, I'm gonna have to go probably with Hidan. Hidan's a touchy subject because his immortality does give him good good assets. He's durable in fights. However, I'd say he lacks offensive capabilities. Mainly focuses on taijutsu with the use of his scythe. It's very situational in which he'll actually get his forbidden ritual jutsu off, in which he mixes the blood of himself with his opponents and is able to actually inflict pain on himself. And being immortal, he can inflict the same pain on the enemy through the Jashin religion. But definitely around the tier of Konan. Not super powerful. Less accomplishments. The only fight we really see him in is the Kabuza arc. Naruto and Team 7 are fighting. Kakuzu. Sorry about that, guys. Kakuzu. I'm sorry about that. Nonetheless, very strong fighter, managed to keep up with Kakashi, was outsmarted by Shikamaru, so we can downgrade his intelligence a tad there, which actually does put him pretty low. I'd still say he's, above Konan. Definitely more known in the Akatsuki, more accomplishments. What are your thoughts on this, Uchiha?
I've never heard of this character.
Okay. Well, there's a first time for everything, and, today you're going to learn about him, so... let's move on to the next one. I'm going to have to put Sasori at third to last. The Grand Puppet Master of the series founded the Puppet Master sect. Has a lot of, disciples. Actually, I'd say Grandma Chio is actually on his level, if not stronger, as we did see in the fight between them two. However, I'd say Sasori does come out a tad bit over her due to the fact that he has the Kazekage puppet, in which the Iron Sand can be used. A very, very strong asset. Definitely a lot of accomplishments. A very feared shinobi among the Akatsuki. Does not compare to the higher ranks of the Akatsuki. Still a couple tiers below, but definitely a super strong shinobi. Very experienced, very wise. A lot of good tricks up his sleeves. So, I'm gonna put him above Konan and Hidan. Overall, pretty solid. Your thoughts on that?
Underrated.
Underrated? I could see where you're coming from. He does make some good showings in the series. However, we're talking about accomplishments here, and he's only shown in like 2 to 3 times. So the other Akatsuki members are generally more prevalent and viewed to be more powerful, as we'll see later on, as I explain. Moving on, number 4. Now this is a tough one. I'd probably give it. Orochimaru was in the Akatsuki. We can't forget that. However, I'm not going to count him as part of the organization due to the fact that he was just had so little involvement in their actual day-to-day activities and quests.
That's fair.
Deidara definitely had some pretty big parts in the Shippuden series. Put up a very good fight with Sasuke. Definitely somewhat intelligent. Definitely not as intelligent as Sasuke. The level of the Uchiha characters. However, very smart. Does have the eye that aids him in the in some scouting abilities, stuff like that. Definitely his levels of explosive C0. Amazing capabilities there. The self-destruct, minuscule atom-sized particles of clay actually inserted into some people's bodies. This actually worked on Sasuke, and if Sasuke was not a lightning-style shinobi, I truly believe that Deidara would have won that 1v1. He is featured in many other fights as well. He is able to take out Gaara. We have to remember that. That's a very big accomplishment right there. Gaara, very strong shinobi, and Deidara was actually able to take him out and capture him alive, which is a very, very good feat. In his homeland, we must remember as well. He appears later on as an Ito Tensei member as well. Some other fights with Team 7, Kakashi, stuff like this. His arms were actually ripped off by the Kamui used by Kakashi, and that did hinder him some. In the series. However, we have to remember that with his arms torn off, he still was a super viable threat, and that is a great accomplishment right there. What are your thoughts on this, Uchiha?
I agree.
Okay, he agrees. I don't think there's much debate there. Orochimaru could vouch for the same spot, same tier, but I don't know. Orochimaru would have edged him out, I believe, but he's definitely not involved in the Akatsuki. I'm not going to include him on this. Too controversial in that. All right, moving on. I'm going to have to go with Kakuzu on this one. Kakuzu, very strong, very strong. The 4 hearts abilities, letting him cast almost every nature transformation is very, very viable. And ignoring the counter effects of different elements of jutsu. Had some good feats. Was able to go head to head with Naruto with his Rasen Shuriken and the entirety of Team 7 plus Yamato. Hidan wasn't really a factor in this fight. He was mostly on the side, wasn't really doing much. So we have to remember Kakuzu took on all of them by himself. He was actually winning up to that point, and then Naruto came in and hit him with that Rasen Shuriken. We all know how powerful that is. Tsunade herself said it was an S-class ranked jutsu coming from a shinobi who was not even a Jonin. You have to remember that. Naruto's Rasen Shuriken, one of the strongest jutsus in the entire series. Ripped people apart at the atomic level. Almost like the Tsuchikage's atomic dismantling jutsu. That is just a beautiful jutsu. Naruto, we respect you for making that. Overall, yeah, I think it's a good place for Kakuzu. Can't really argue against that. Definitely greatly feared. I believe he was the oldest member of the Akatsuki. He actually was expanded his lifespan by getting multiple hearts, and he had a lot of wisdom in battle because of this. What's your input on this?
Is this the plant guy?
What's up?
Is this the plant guy?
No, he's actually the guy who has strings. He's made up of strings. He has 4 hearts. He fights Team 7.
Wow.
Okay. Well, not everyone's well versed in the series. Bag it. Sorry. Whoa. All right, next one. I gotta think about this one right here. All right, so who do we have left? We have Obito. We have Nagato. We have Kisame. We have Itachi. I'm gonna give it to Kisame. Kisame is one of my favorite characters. I think he's immensely strong. I think he's truly very underrated. We have to remember that he actually won a 1v1 against Killer B, one of the strongest shinobi in the entire series. Kisame has enormous amounts of chakras, almost the same as the tailed beasts Remember that. The Jinchuriki and the Tailed Beast. He has so much chakra at his capabilities. Able to cast, the water bombs to actually create an emanating pool of water that actually allows him to, be in his natural habitat. He's able to do things with the water style that no other shinobi is capable of. He can actually transform, merge with his sword, Samihade. He can absorb chakra. Very strong against powerful ninjutsu users. Great accomplishments, featured a lot in the Shippuden series. Actually, his nickname was the Monster. If you didn't know, just this guy is powerful. Anyone can go toe to toe with Killer B. He was able to fight with Guy at 7. He makes Guy go 7th gate, and the only reason Guy won was because he wasn't using chakra. He was actually using taijutsu. Kisame is super strong, guys. You have to remember this. Okay, he went up with Kakashi, Might Guy at the same time, and Kurenai. Man, this guy's in a whole other league. From Deidara, Kakuzu, go up to Kasame. That's another tier. I say we're getting into another tier once we enter Kisame's level there. Just can't say much. His sword, very valuable asset. Stayed alive even after his head was chopped off by the Lariat. Actually, also has good intel capabilities. Just a huge asset for the Akatsuki.
I liked his sword.
You like the sword, okay? Samehara. Yep, I agree with that. I agree. Okay. Let's move on. So now we got Nagato, Obito, and Itachi left. Now, Matt, what the fuck is that thing printing? All right, so Itachi, Nagato, and Obito. I'm gonna have to go with Nagato. Nagato probably up there in, top 10 for sure, strongest shinobi, if not top 5. As we saw, his immense power, he was able to take on Naruto and B by himself when he was in Ito Tensei form. No, albeit he was in Ito Tensei, he did have unlimited chakra, was able to spam his Rinnegan abilities, and they didn't know what he was capable of. He had all paths of pain within him, so it was new territory for Naruto and Killer B. However, still being able to take on those two formidable opponents, and Naruto was in Kurama mode. That's just insane power right there. Nagato wipes out the Leaf Village, manages to lose to Naruto with Sage mode and some allies and good strategy, but definitely Naruto would definitely have lost that fight if he did not go into 8 and 9 tails state and lose control. Planetary Devastation, one of the strongest jutsus, if not up there, top 3, top 5 strongest jutsus. Able to create a sphere of gravitational pull, get the entire mass of the Earth, create a moon-sized object, almost a moon-sized object, depending on how much chakra he uses, to encase even the 8 tails form of the 9 tails. Immense chakra control right there. The Rinnegan ability is one of the only wielder in Naruto Shippuden before the events at the end of the story happened that had the Rinnegan. Had good abilities. The 6 paths definitely aided him. Very, very formidable opponent. I'm gonna have to put him below my next pick. And I want to put Obito here, but at the events at the end of the series, he definitely showed his strength, showed his capabilities. He might not be stronger in a 1v1 against Itachi. Definitely lacks some of the abilities. His Kamui is strong, but Itachi has just immense genjutsu, Susanos. He's got the chakra sword. But Obito just generally more accomplishments, more integral part of the entire plot line at the end of the story, and did a lot more to serve the ending. Itachi just emphatically strong. Emphatic how strong this man is. Infinite Tsukiyomi. He puts you in a genjutsu for 1 second. People say it's like 10,000 years. This man has if not the strongest genjutsu in the entire series, besides Shisui, who is actually long dead before the Shippuden series aired. Just immense genjutsu capabilities. Amaterasu, Susanoo perhaps one of the strongest with the Totsuka blade that actually is a sealing jutsu built into the blade. Very useful, very useful. Able to kill a lot of heavy opponents with that. Ito Tensei, very useful against enemies. And actually the Yada mirror, which actually reflects jutsu. Oh my god, like these two objects just put his Susanoo in a power level that honestly matches or even surpasses Sasuke. He could have the strongest Susanoo. And then, definitely super strong at taijutsu, ninjutsu capabilities off the charts. Able to create immense fireball jutsus, trickery, just deceitful. No one. There are very few who could beat this man in a 1v1 fight. His intelligence is unrivaled. Unrivaled. Let me repeat that. Unrivaled. This man is perhaps 10 times smarter than Kakashi. Kakashi was outsmarted so hard by this man. I can't repeat it enough. At super young ages, his Uchiha blood just gave him the intelligence. Sharingan just emphasized all his natural gifts, and just immensely strong shinobi, immensely great in combat, just intelligence off the charts. That's all I gotta say. What are your thoughts on this Uchiha? You haven't been saying much here.
I think Vegeta should have been higher.
Well, we can't really make comparisons from other animes to Naruto, but I agree with that.
I'm talking about real life.
All right, moving on.
Real life fight. Like who would win?
All right, moving on. So next we move on to Obito. I'm gonna have to give him the first place spot. This is definitely a contested pick right here. Oh shit, dude. Yeah, definitely contested. Obito, generally, I'm gonna put him at number one due to the fact that he was integral in the ending of the story. Gained a lot of power, was shown to possess a lot of capabilities that we didn't know of earlier. As a character, as Toby, he didn't really show much power. We saw it with his fight with Minato. He's able to go head to head, although he got fucking wrecked by Minato. Let's not forget that. Minato's my fucking man right there. But his power levels were definitely under par earlier on in the series. As we get to the end of the series, able to take on Sasuke and Naruto and pretty much the entire Allied Shinobi forces by himself. Strategic play with all the tailed beast. Just can't say enough. The Gedo statue, he planned everything from the start. Able to control all the 10-tailed beasts. Not perfectly at first, was able to get his bearings. That takes enormous strength, enormous chakra control, enormous mental capabilities. Definitely able to go head-to-head with Kakashi, if not take him out. Definitely above all the Jonin class. Definitely on par with the strongest Akatsuki members. And I'm gonna put him here because he just played such an integral role in the ending of the story. And he might not be as able to control as much shock or use as much destructive capability, or maybe not even beat Itachi or other members in 1v1s. However, his mastermind planning and his strategic capabilities just put him in an upper echelon. He was so driven. Shame he died, but all good men die eventually. So what do you think? It's a real trooper. I miss you, Obito. Well, that was my tier list, guys. Nine Tails Fox, he's never gonna lie to you. You might dispute some of my choices, but I think I provided some solid logic for you guys. You know, I'm very well versed in the Naruto series. This was on the fly, guys. I want you to remember this was not written. You're not going to see me looking down at a piece of paper, guys. It's all from the soul. Sorry.
Mind.
From the mind. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I'm a little tipsy right now.
Go to the gym.
So, but yeah, guys, hopefully you agree with all my choices. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. Leave us a like and subscribe to me and Uchiha for Life. Remember,
No,
Uchiha for Life here.
Channel.
We got Nine-Tailed Fox right here. More commentary videos where that came from.
Don't believe
We're
his
starting a
eyes.
whole new channel. Whole new channel, guys. Remember this. Follow Unbenched Gaming for the latest League of Legends. Montages and clips. And with that, guys, Nine-Tails Fox signing out.